Metal Jesus Rocks here, and I'm in my old hometown of Lake Chelan, Washington. Beautiful place, it's gorgeous out. Today I want to talk about the Sega Genesis. When I got one just a couple months ago, I was surprised to learn that some of the best games for it were made by Disney, and they're children's games, so I had to check this out. So, let's take a look. So I'm going to start with my favorite of the two games, which is Disney's Aladdin, and I'll explain that whenever I get to the Lion King game a little bit more. Aladdin actually is pretty cool. It's basically a side-scroller set in the Aladdin movie universe, in the sort of Arabian Nights era, and it's a really fun game. I actually really enjoyed this. It's just challenging enough. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually not very good at sort of these old school platformer games. I actually really like them, I just completely suck. And I wish I was better. I practice all the time, but, I just have to admit that I suck at them. So Aladdin actually is really fun because it's, when you put the difficulty down to the sort of easier level, it's really enjoyable. Now, what makes this game really cool is that it was actually created by Virgin Interactive, and the development team had people who had also worked on Earthworm Jim. And so you can see from looking at this game that there's a lot of use of cell animation within it for the graphics. And the animation style is just fantastic. This game is beautiful to watch, and the animation's just really cool. Reminds you very much of the movie. So Aladdin has a couple different attack methods. He has his trusty sword, which he can basically, hack down enemies and animals that get in your way. And he also has the ability to throw apples, which you'll see right up here. Apples are nice because it's basically a range attack. And the combination of these two really sort of allows you to defeat your enemies in numerous ways. One of the interesting things about this game that kind of confused me at first is that it's sometimes difficult to see sort of where the platforming begins and ends. Specifically on this level here, sometimes it's hard to kind of tell where you can jump to and maybe where some hidden areas are. It's not too difficult, but you sort of have to kind of explore a little bit, which is part of its charm and part of its fun. So I really enjoyed this level. Probably this is my favorite here. You'll notice that occasionally you'll see a genie that's floating around. That allows you to unlock bonus stages. And there's also gems, which I just grabbed there, that allows you to buy extra lives from a vendor who shows up occasionally. Now, another highlight of Aladdin that I absolutely love is the humor. Notice here the his and her bathrooms, and then also the genie bathroom there. And I just thought that was so funny when I finally figured out what those little tents were. There's a bunch of that stuff in this game. It's just silly and whimsical and just a lot of fun. You can tell that the developers probably had a blast making this game. And if you are a fan of Earthworm Jim and also of the movies, I mean, this is just right up your alley. It's a classic for a reason, and it won all sorts of awards when it was released, both for animation and gameplay, and I think it holds up really well even today. It's not too easy and not too challenging. I didn't finish the game, but I always felt like I was making progress and getting better as I played it, so I never got to the end, unfortunately, but I'm going to keep playing it and keep trying because it's just a lot of fun.
It starts.
Now, my experience with The Lion King is sadly not as positive as when I was playing Aladdin. Love Aladdin. Lion King, I really wanted to like this game, but I just found it to be really frustrating. And I don't know if I'm alone in that, but this game is really hard at times. And, it looks beautiful. It's a platformer, and it's got excellent animations. But I really got stuck. Now, this is the first level, and this level's, frankly, just a breeze. But the next level, I must have played it 50, 60 times and just died and died and died and died and, screamed and pulled my hair out and swore, and, it was not fun. Now, it looks fantastic. The animation's top-notch. The controls are kind of interesting because I always felt like I was either under or overshooting things, as you can see here, because I keep going back and forth. And it shouldn't be quite that hard, but it sometimes is. In the next level, it gets really frustrating because the save point is at either beginning or the middle of the level, and it's just a series of really precise events that you have to sort of nail with the controller, and it'll send you right back to the same spot time and time again. And I don't know. I really want to like this game. I've seen gameplay footage on YouTube where people are just flying through it, so it's the type of thing where you probably just need to memorize the levels for sure, and then also just be really good with how he jumps and how he attacks and roars at things. So I don't know. Obviously I'll keep trying to play it, but I wish it was a little easier and a little bit more fun. As a final note, I don't know if I'm the only one that had this problem, but I had a hard time seeing this pink hippo elephant thing here. See right there? It took me the longest time to try to figure out what the heck I was doing wrong, because I don't know if I'm getting colorblind or if it's the color combination here, but man, I could not see that thing. Finally had to read it in a hint guide. It's kind of funny. Alright, that's my review of Aladdin and the Lion King for the Sega Genesis. I'm the Metal Jesus in my hometown of Lake Chelan. Thanks for watching.